here as well. Hello, loves, welcome. So I'm doing a double whammy. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Hello, Instagram. So today I'm talking about worthiness, and I'm really, really freaking excited because it's the week of speaking to the unspoken and unspoken. Because as most of you know, I am launching my course right now. The unspoken doors are open, and of course, whatever you promote and share, you personally go through. And holy fuck, has my life has been just really going in a crazy and like I was gonna do this live way earlier, and then I just felt really exhausted and I wasn't gonna do it. And then I just had all these ahas, all these realizations, and I just wanted to pop on because it's so alive in me, and I know later it may not be that alive. So I just really wanted to share my takeaways, my breakthroughs. Curious to hear how you guys feel as well. But we're talking about deserving and worthiness. And this week, for those of you that don't know, I'm studying sex, love, and relationship coaching as well with Layla Martin, which is like mind fucking blowing. And we are up to deserving and worthiness. So I've been doing a lot of inner work. I've been coaching people on it, and people have been coaching me. And a lot of things have been showing up for me and uncovering. I've also been watching this woman, Julia Wells, and she just has blown my fucking mind on community. Like, she just showed me what the fuck is possible. Like, what is possible when people come together and they're just so like clear and fucking certain in their way. And even when there's doubt, even when there's shame, even when there's that, like, the unspoken thing about this woman, she speaks to the unspoken. Fuck, king hell, she speaks to the unspoken. And I want to share, like, I want to really share these people that are inspiring me right now, because it's just so important to just share this magic, and it's like, I feel worthy. Like, I used to feel so unworthy of people working with me, that I was so scared that if I'd share someone I worked with, that they would go work with them instead of me. And the thing is, like, no one can be me. And they can go and work with that person, but they're still not going to get the medicine that I am here to channel, the medicine that I have channeled for all my lifetimes, my intuition, my being. Like, it's just not going to happen. And I just want to share with everyone, hey, these are all the people. And if you choose me, fuck yes to that. And I feel like this has come at the place where I'm fucking ready. Like, I'm fucking ready and I'm feeling deserving. And it all starts with unspoken. It all fucking starts with speaking to the unspoken. Because the thing that we are the most scared of, the thing that we are most ashamed of, the thing that we most doubt about ourselves, and try to hide it, suppress it, ignore it, hide it from everyone else. That's the fucking thing that runs our life. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the fucking thing that runs our life. And if we let it run our life, if we don't speak to the unspoken, it's going to fucking run our life, And today I'm celebrating. I had a really fucking intense conversation with my partner, and like, we have an incredible relationship. And if it wasn't for the inner work that I have been doing, I wouldn't be with a man like that. Like, I wouldn't be with a man like that. I would be with a shithead, or I'll be alone, because I didn't feel like I was worthy or enough. And that was for 26 years of my life. That was the narrative and the belief that I was running. And I was finding validation within my circle of friends that would second that. That would give me confirmation. Yeah, all dudes are dickheads. Yeah, there's only shit men out there. There's no good men left out there. They're either like married or gay or whatever, that the sayings. Like. And we can use not just relationship, we can use money, right? You can be around money. You know, you can be starting a business and everyone's downing you and everyone is struggling, and you can be in that circle of business and everyone fucking shit. And then you're like, oh, that's okay. That's normal. That's the average. I should be operating in this level. Same if you're not running a business, you're in a workplace, you know, everyone is negative, everyone's complaining. It's contagious. It's fucking contagious. And it's the unspoken, you know, it's the norm. It's the norm to complain. It's the norm to struggle. It's the norm to think that, yeah, there's not much out there, you know, this is just the standard. This is like your relationship. Once you get married, sex dies off, you know, like relationships are hard work. Like you can't work and play, you know, you can't have too much fun. You can't, my favorite saying, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like who the fuck made that saying? Like seriously, what the fuck is the point of having a cake if you can't eat it? Like, isn't it the most fucking ridiculous thing you've ever heard? I'm sorry. Like, and I've always been like, I want to fucking have my cake and eat it too. And there's this saying in Russian where you can't sit on one chair with two, with one, wait, sorry, I fucked it. You can't sit on a chair, on two chairs with one butt. And you know what? I fucking can. And I've proved it as a child. I was like, yes, I fucking can. And let's bring back our inner child, because our inner child is our internal compass. It fucking knows, but it gets shut down. It got shut down by our parents, by our brother, sister, by like the evil fucking bullies at school, you know, and just by our society. Like let's speak to the unspoken, because the unspoken is where all the good is at, right? That's why it's the unspoken. That's why how we are controlled as a society. You know, like intuition, it's shamed. Sex, it's shamed. Like magic, manifesting, shamed. Relation, like what else? Shadow work, things like looking at yourself, emotions, like anger, grief, like all of these things. We're just so like, everything that's good is actually put away in this box that we can never talk about. It's like Voldemort, the name you shall never say. But actually, like the key to life is in that fucking box. And that's what my course is about. But hey, you don't have to do my course. And that's the thing. Like I was always like, I just want to help everyone. And like I've created a way and I channeled it. And it's actually like so crazy because it's so much like deeper than I ever imagined. Like now I look back at the modules, I'm like, holy fuck, this is some like crazy shit that I tapped in, because it's channeled, right? It came through me. Like it's my lived experience, but it was like with freaking the source or the higher stuff, whatever you believe, it worked through me. And we go step by step through each freaking module of the unspoken. And the first module is self-love. Because come on, oh my God, like I was watching this live today and then we're talking about like all the language about taking time for yourself is like in connotations, shame. It's like selfish. Sorry, I meant to say selfish. And then from that, shame, right? It's just shame. It's Freudian slip, because it's like, oh, if I honor my boundaries, I'm selfish, because hey, how is it going to impact that person on the other line? And it's just like, what? And it's just ingrained in our society, right? And the disconnect with nature, you know, it's like that's where you can like calm your nervous system, regulate your nervous system, realize like you are one with fucking earth, you know, and like that's where you will actually like resource it, you know, like our planet is dying because of the disconnect from the planet, not because, well, I mean, all the other things, but one of the biggest things is like disconnect from ourselves. Because if you really treated the earth as one with you, like you would treat it a bit different. But the thing is, you wouldn't, because you fucking hate yourself. And that's the unspoken. Like we are conditioned to hate ourselves because of the consumerist society we live in. It's like, there's something wrong with you. You need to buy this. You are stinky, you need to buy this. You're hairy, you need to shave, you need to wax. You're too fat, you're too skinny. It's like this like gaslighting. You don't even know what's okay. It's like you're a prude and you're a whore. And it's like, you can't do this, you can't do that. You can do this, you can't do that. And it's you're like, wow, what do I even do? You know? It's like, what do I even do? What do I even do? And I want to tell you that you are perfect exactly the way you are. That's what I want to tell you. You are fucking perfect the way you are. And there is more to life. And you have a choice. And that's why I do what I do, to give people a choice. It's not like you don't have to do unspoken. You don't have to do coaching. You don't have to do a course on shadow work or self-realization or personal development or yoga or exercise. You don't have to do any of that shit. Don't let anyone tell you like you have to do this. Don't let anyone put fear in your cells, in your body, in your cellular memory, because that shit is passed down through generations. So the shit that our parents dealt with, grandparents, sorry, during the war, we are still processing that. And there is no trauma support. Like, there is no, like, hey, let's educate people how to be trauma informed, how to heal themselves, how to move the trauma from their body in a safe way, move the energies. No, we're taught to just shut the fuck up and just shove it down, because boys don't cry. You know, boys don't fucking cry. So shut the fuck up and shut that shit down and keep going with your life. Oh my God, I'm getting like sad goosebumps. And that's like, let's speak to the unspoken, right? And then why do you think you're worthy or deserving? If you're holding this like conscious or subconscious belief that you cannot express your emotions, and your emotions are like gateway to fucking heaven on earth and energetic like orgasm and an energetic love for life. If you suppress anything, if you suppress anything, it just hurts you. Why do you think we have so much suicide rates? Why do we have so much chronic disease? Like, all this stuff is just unprocessed crap, among other things, but a lot of it is unprocessed emotions. Why do women have really painful periods? Because they don't fucking process the shit that's in their pussies. And it's like, I used to feel like, oh my God, should I tell people this? But it's like, that's a fucking unspoken. I can't not. This is why I'm live right now. And I had no energy. And now I'm like, I'm so on fire. I was meant to interview a graduate from Unspoken, but I just felt like I couldn't give him my all. And I think because I had to speak to this, the deserving and the worthiness. And where do we block out? Because the theme of what I wanted to talk about is like, what is it costing you? You know, what is not doing the work costing you? And this is not to shame you or to make you feel bad about your situation at all. Because the thing is, you can be exactly where you are and be fucking happy, but you need the tools to do that, right? And also, your soul has decided for you and chose your life to journey on a specific path to learn the lessons it's supposed to learn. And you can just don't do anything about it and hope they fall into your place. Or you can start following your intuition, following your heart, following those vibrations, those tingles. It's like, oh, I want to hear more. Oh, I'm fascinated. It's like getting connected, like allowing your intuition to lead you to the right place. To the right place at the right time. Like maybe this live. Who the fuck knows? It took me so long. I lost my phone and it took me so long to get onto here. And I was like, oh, it must be divine alignment. There must be a certain person that I'm meant to be talking to, because where the fuck is my phone? And I looked everywhere and I called, and it legit was just here under my scarf. And I walked around the house like so many fucking times. And now we're here. So what is it costing you? Because I was reflecting, right? So I had this massive aha moment just before I got on this live, because there was this course and there was like a scholarship application, right? And I was thinking like, oh no, I'm not gonna do it. And there was this other thing, actually. There was this other thing where it's like, there was this post where if you put your Venmo or your like PayPal, you'll get paid. And I remember seeing that and being just like, I saw that, didn't read it, saw it read, and I was like, oh, there's 300 people on there. Like, I'm not going to fucking do it. And then I had this like crazy moment Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna wake up and there's gonna be money in my account. Like while I'm sleeping, people are gonna put money in my account. And then that fucking post came up again. And I was like, fuck it. I'm gonna fucking do it. And I went through all the trouble. Like, and this won't be easy. Sometimes you'll have to fucking work through the resistance, you know? Like you might decide like, hey, I wanna fucking join Unspoken. And then you're like, oh, it's not in alignment because my card didn't like work. And then you're going to let that be the excuse for you not to take the action. But sometimes you fucking have to work for it. Like I had to set up the account. And then I put my link. And then I got paid. And I was like one of the 30 people from like maybe 400 people. But if I didn't fucking do that, so this is what I noticed. I was like, oh wow, there's the deserving. So the scholarship, didn't fucking apply for it. Because I didn't think I was deserving. I didn't think that I was deserving. And it's because, let's speak to the unspoken. It's because I've taken some time off from my business. I'm just coming back. This is my big hurrah, my big launch. I took time off to take a breath and to sit in the feminine, sit in the void, sit in this pause, in the shamanic pause that we fucking ignore, that we fast track through, that we hate, the winter, the cold, the moon time, the time of the bleed, the nighttime. I took a fucking pause. I listened to my body. I listened to my intuition. It took me like 4 months to actually finally stop. Like every month, I'm like, I'm stopped, but I wasn't. I'm stopped, but I wasn't. Till I did. And that took an investment of my savings. So I'm in a place where I'm not as abundant as I used to be. And I have to deal with that. And I have so much shame. I have so much shame. I have so much shame for taking that time for myself, for investing that money into me, like my savings into my health and mindset and life, my well-being. And I realized that tonight. I was like, holy fuck. I still shame myself for that. Because I'm like, well, if I didn't take that time off, I would be so much more advanced in my business. And it's like, I love what just happened because it showed me why I'm fucking here. And it's not to have this multi-million dollar business, which I have no doubt I will have. But it's to be fucking real and speak to the fucking unspoken because no one else is. Because like I had so much shame. Like I don't want to tell people I'm not in a great financial situation because I have so much shame because the society has made me feel so shameful. And I've been listening to this woman that I mentioned, and there's no shame. There's just pleasure. It's just like how can you change your beliefs to feel like you're doing the right thing? And I'm like, fuck yeah. And what really lights me up is having these kind of conversations where we talk about things that people don't talk about. Where we talk about the things that people don't talk about. That's what lights me up. The unspoken, the secrets, because it frees you the fuck up. And there is no amount of pleasure that you can have if you still carry those fucking secrets. You can do all the pleasure practices in the world. You can do all the things. But if you're still carrying this shame of the unspoken, you're still letting that run your life, you're never going to feel worthy or deserving. That's the thing. That's the secret to worthiness and deserving, is to speak to the unspoken, to freaking own your truth. And my mind is just blown to see how I block my abundance. And I invite you to question, like, how are you blocking your abundance? Where are you showing yourself you're not worthy or deserving? Like, I wrote that scholarship off fully because I was like, I'm not deserving. And I didn't even know it until now. It's like, where do you not feel deserving of an investment of time and money? Where do you not feel that? I invite you to check in. I invite you to close your eyes and check in, because this is like how you do anything, is how you do everything. So how you play this game is how you play the game of life. Rules don't change. And you might kid yourself to think they do, but until you do that deep shadow work, that subconscious work, things ain't gonna change. So, what is it costing you? Coming back to that, like, what is it costing you not doing that work? Because for me, I realized, like, wow, if like where I am now, the realizations I'm having, the relationship I'm in, the business I run, the abundance tab that I can just switch on. Yeah, it's not fucking $1 million in my lap instantly, but I've still created a way for me to live my life in freedom and love and safety, and be able to take time off my business and maybe not be in the place where I want to be, but still have a fucking business, make an income, live the life of my dreams, wake up feeling excited, go to bed feeling fucking exhausted because I've had the most satisfying day of my life, have a relationship that lights me up, brightens my day, brings me so much joy and pleasure, and we can have these deep conversations and grow together, knowing that relationships are for growth. Having deep conversations, vulnerable conversations, authentic conversations, and have these realizations. You know, in this sex, love, relationship certifications that I'm at, people are on different levels. Like some people are having different experiences because I haven't done the work that other people have done. You know, like I've been doing this for 11 plus years. And you can see, because life shifts. And fuck, if I look back and I didn't invest in myself when I did, like, what would that cost me? So much, so much. How far do we want to go back? If we go back to my first ever thing that I invested my money into, and I invite you to think, how much is it going to cost you not doing this work, not showing up for yourself? Because if I go back to when I was 16, oh God, my relationship with my mother, with my father, with my grandmother, um, I don't know where I'd be right now with my career choice, whether I'd be working a job that's soul draining and I hate, and I get drunk every weekend and I live for the weekend and my insides are actually dying and deteriorating, and maybe I'm having a child just so I can keep the relationship I'm in and hoping that it will save the marriage, even though I know it probably wouldn't, and I'll be so sexually suppressed and so maybe even looking elsewhere and cheating on my partner and my partner cheating on me. And who the fuck knows? You know, that's like just a little riff of what that could be costing me. Because the way I was at 16 when I started doing the work changed my life completely. It totally transformed what I believed was possible. Completely. Like, it changed my relationship to myself and my family. But that was just the start. That was just the fucking start. So I want you to see, like, yeah, maybe you want to invest $1,000 and change your life forever. Or maybe you want to not. But what is that going to cost you? Is it going to cost you your friendships, your relationships, your dreams, your desires, your sex life? Maybe it will cost you something you don't even know is possible. You don't even know it's possible because you've never actually allowed yourself to dream this much. Maybe you're not in a community that supports your dreaming, that empowers you, that allows you to celebrate. You know, and that was another lesson I got yesterday around worthiness and deserving, was the fact that I was like doing really well in this certification and I felt guilty because everyone else is behind. And it's like, I felt bad for being behind. And when I was on track, I felt bad. And it's like, what the fuck? When are we ever going to be happy with where we are at? You know? And I really got in that moment. Like, I had so many things to celebrate and I had so much shame and fear that I'll be rejected and no one's gonna, like, everyone's gonna get like triggered. And then I'm gonna just feel crappy because everyone's feeling crappy. So I'm gonna dim my light. And then I just fucking did it. And I did it because I realized that, hey, I just want to celebrate because I deserve, not because I did all these things, but because I deserve. And I deserve whatever I want because I'm worthy. And we are born worthy and deserving. There's nothing you have to do. Anything you do is on top of that. Don't let anyone tell you, like, hey, you have to do this to feel good. You have to do this course. You have to buy my course. You have to do this. You know what? You don't fucking have to do any of that. You fucking don't. Yeah, your life might look better if you do that course, but not if you believe that you're doing the course to fix and change yourself. That's not how it works because it's the mindset. You're probably not even going to fucking do the course. You're just going to spend the money and then beat yourself up for not doing it, right? You want to buy the course because you fucking love yourself and you want to expand because you're worthy and you're deserving and you're born that way. And that fucking lights me up. That lights me up to share with you. And yes, it is spiritual bypass if you just sit in that and then your shit gets projected onto everyone else and people around you are not having jolly good time. And you're like, I'm perfect. But you're an asshole to everyone. That's your responsibility to do the work. But once you're in a happy place with yourself, you're more likely to project love. So I'm going to leave you on that. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sending you so much love. And I invite you to, check in. What is it costing you? Where do you not feel like you're deserving? Where are you blocking that abundance? And if you want to chat more about the unspoken, I'm always here and doors close on Thursdays. Sending you so much love and would love to have you there if your heart resonates, if you get the tingles, because that's how we choose our community. People know in their heart, they come together and miracles are made. Thank you so much. Loving you deeply. If you have any questions, send me a DM. I'll have to do this in the most